Welcome to the blockchain. Things are about to change. Open up the gates. Systems get replaced. Bitcoin, decentralize the trust. Security, transparency. The network's run by us. Bitcoin.
Welcome to the Bitcoin.com podcast. This is Zach Doty. I have Kent Liu here today from Purse. Kent, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Zach. Good to be here.
Yeah, so you guys have one of the most interesting and fun to use services in Bitcoin these days, and that's Purse.io. And for those who haven't heard of Purse, Purse is a way to save. I've saved up to 46% off my Bitcoin orders. I don't know, there might be more buy and demand these days, but I know you can easily go on there and save 15 to 20% off all of your Amazon shopping. I've saved thousands of dollars through my own Amazon shopping, buying products for clients, buying stuff for myself. My wife loves it. We just ordered our diapers for our kid off Purse. And it's just a great way to get introduced to Bitcoin because all of a sudden, the first thing you hear is Bitcoin's a currency. And the first question is, if it's a currency, what can I do with it? What can I buy with it? And my comeback is always, well, do you shop at Amazon? And if so, Purse will save you 20%. So Kent, tell us a little bit about Purse and how it works, because I think the first question that comes to people's mind is, well, how can that even work? So what is Purse and what are you guys doing in the market and how does this all happen behind the scenes?
Cool. Yeah, I'm more than happy to answer that. It's definitely very shocking to us at the beginning how much we were able to save by using it ourselves too. The marketplace that you're describing is what we've been calling name your discount. So basically the way it works is you, the Bitcoin shopper, create a Amazon wish list and with whatever items you want to buy, and then you place that order on Purse and then set a discount that you want. So it's almost like a reverse auction. So let's say you have like a $100 item in your wish list and you want to only pay like $90 for it. So you set a discount of 10%, or maybe if you want to pay $80, then you set a discount of 20%. And then that gets placed onto order book. You deposit some Bitcoins to cover the order, and someone else who wants to buy Bitcoins, make that purchase on Amazon. Amazon ships the items directly to you, and in exchange, he gets your Bitcoins. So the reason the discounts are so high, as we've discovered, is that there's a huge pool of Amazon gift cards like outstanding. So there are a lot of people who essentially make a living by getting paid in Amazon gift cards. These people may be mechanical Turks, which earn like pennies for these minute tasks, and they maybe rack up like $5 an hour. A lot of these mechanical Turks are in countries like India, where payment is a huge issue. Normally what they would do, or their options of getting paid by Amazon, is either getting a check mailed, which may take several months and may get lost in the mail, or they could get paid in Amazon credits or Amazon gift card balance. So if they have Amazon gift card balance that's stuck in their Amazon account, it's very hard for them to liquidate that stored value. Previous options may include something like racking up some credits and buying 2 iPads and getting them shipped to India and selling them to like a local pawn shop. So that is a pretty expensive process. They'll have to pay a huge shipping fee. It might get lost. They'll, lose some money from the pawn shop. So what we offer is a much quicker way to liquidate Amazon gift card balances. And as a result, Bitcoin users like yourself are able to save money on Amazon.
And this is definitely enough of a reason that even non-Bitcoin users could find an excuse to sign up and figure this whole Bitcoin experience out just to save this much money. It's a lot of savings. I did a presentation recently in front of a few hundred high school students at a private school on Bitcoin. And of course, the first thing I opened with was, who wants to save 20% on Amazon? Because you can do it if you use Bitcoin. And that's immediately got the attention of everyone there. So, it's an exciting thing to use, and it's an exciting thing to see take off like it has. You guys have done, what, $7 million in volume in the last year or so?
Yeah, probably more than that by now. I haven't checked the most recent numbers, but in February we did over $1 million worth of volume in that month alone.
Wow, awesome. And this is just growing fast. I've told a lot of friends about it. I really like it. So tell us about the market cap of these gift cards. I think I might have seen a number 6 months or a year ago. Is it in the billions, the tens of billions?
So I believe it's in the tens of billions for just Amazon gift cards.
So that's a huge market, right?
Right.
The Amazon gift card market, right, is even right now higher than the Bitcoin market cap.
Right.
So there's definitely a lot of demand, right? And you're talking about converting a currency, right, that can only be spent to one merchant into a currency that
Mm-hmm.
and much more usable. So I think one interesting thing you can tell people is that your money becomes more valuable the second you convert it into Bitcoin because there's this demand that can't be filled. There's a lot of people in a lot of countries that don't have access to buy Bitcoin any other way. I think you mentioned the fact that this is maybe the easiest way for them to get out of their gift card credit, but it's also in some instances the easiest way for them to get into a Bitcoin position if they're in a country that doesn't have a lot of Bitcoin exchange options.
Right. Exactly. That's completely true. So we've had several like South American users that basically used it as a way of getting into Bitcoin in countries like Argentina and Venezuela, where they have like hyperinflation and like a large capital controls.
Great. That was kind of an introduction to the name your discount feature. Tell us a little bit about the other two things you have going on right now, which is the Purse Instant and the Purse Marketplace.
Oh, actually, I just wanted to add one thing regarding what you said about like having a reason to use Bitcoin. That's always been something that's very important to all of us at Purse. When I first learned of Bitcoin, basically read about it every night for about 6 months before I like totally wrapped my head around it. And you can't expect everybody to do that. So it's very important, I think, to create applications or marketplaces that actually get people interested in Bitcoin who were not or who wouldn't be otherwise.
Absolutely. And I'm starting a startup which has a similar vision, right? We're going to help people share the Bitcoin experience. That's our tagline. And Purse will be a big part of the startup that we're working on. We're going to help people get into Bitcoin and then try it out. And I always tell people to go to Purse for the first time you want to use Bitcoin. So tell us a little bit about Purse Instant and the Purse Marketplace. But Purse Instant, so Prime for those without Prime membership, is that right?
Yeah, basically. So what we found is that name your discount is a little bit difficult to use, and the user actually has to first visit Amazon and then create the wish list and paste that into Purse, right? So we found that like a lot of people thought this process was a little inconsistent or it's kind of tedious, and so we created Purse Instant by sort of like leveraging the fact that we have channels to acquire Amazon gift cards at a discount. And Purse Instant offers a flat 5% discount on anything on Amazon with like Prime shipping and all that stuff. So essentially, we become the counterparty in a sense, as opposed to like other peers.
Okay. And so not only can Purse provide you great discounts through the name your discount features, such up to 25 or more or great percent or greater, but through the Purse Instant, which is what up to 10%, is that correct? 5 to 10%?
Yeah, it's normally at 5%. We have like promotions at 10% occasionally.
Okay, so at 5% through Purse Instant, and you get the free Amazon Prime, which is a huge benefit that normally costs people, what, $100 a year through Amazon. And this is kind of like sharing one Amazon Prime account because the person actually buying the Bitcoin to be able to get that low 5% markup on his purchase of Bitcoin, he's got to be an Amazon Prime member. So he's redistributing the benefits of that Prime account to all of the people he's making purchases for.
Right, and it's something that's like perfect for a new Bitcoin user who might just use Coinbase as their default wallet. You could make a purchase on Purse and immediately buy back those Bitcoins, so that you never have any volatility risk. So you're just straight up saving 5% on every purchase, and you see an ACH withdraw from your account or your bank account of 95% of the item that you purchased.
And the volatility that's another time when I mentioned Purse, people say, well, what about the volatility? What if I buy this and it's down 5% next week? And I'll just tell them, well, look, it's, spend it on Amazon and you'll still make 15% on holding Bitcoin for a week. So it's a great thing to use if the listeners here have clients that you guys have to order things for their clients on Amazon. There's just no end to what you can buy on Amazon. In fact, what I've even done is I know I used to be able to buy Amazon gift cards through the Name Your Discount program, and I don't think that's allowed anymore. But I'm still able to buy gift cards for other services like or other businesses like Wendy's or other merchants through Purse and get the big Name Your discounts on that. So that's another way you can save at other merchants using Bitcoin. Another reason to figure this all out. So those of you who are listening and haven't set up a Bitcoin wallet, head over to Coinbase.com or Circle.com. Coinbase is a great place to get started, and start your wallet, and then go to Purse.io and try it out on Amazon.
Oh yeah, I wanted to add. So we saw on Reddit about a year ago, somebody posted like an awesome, slick deal. Basically, Amazon sells GameStop gift cards, and apparently you can go to GameStop and trade those gift cards for like gas gift cards. So you could actually save money on gas.
And there's all kinds of clever ways to arbitrage this as well. And gas is one way you can kind of extend the abilities of Amazon into buying fuel. But then there's also, I've seen people buy gold through Purse and save money and take it into the coin stores and sell it for more than what it cost them because they got this Bitcoin discount. Yeah, so there's all kinds of ways. I know you have your core group of arbitragers that are out there, and there's great ways to arbitrage this.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I've been looking at arbitragers activity recently, about a week ago, and I estimate if you're smart about it, you could probably make like 6-figure salary just by arbitraging on Purse.
I can definitely believe that. So tell us a little bit about the Purse Marketplace. What are your plans there?
Purse Marketplace is sort of another extension to expand the breadth of our marketplace. We didn't necessarily want to always rely on Amazon, and although Amazon sells everything, but we also wanted to give more ways for people to like make Bitcoin, to earn Bitcoin. I think we publicly launched about a week ago, and we have like a couple hundred merchants as well as a couple hundred products already listed.
Great, but the volume, I'm sure, is still around Purse Instant and the Name Your Discount programs.
Yeah, definitely. Name Your Discount has been, our oldest project, and it's definitely like most of the volume is there.
Now, I've thought for a long time, and I think I mentioned this to you over Slack maybe 6 or 8 months ago, but I was talking to you about how it would be cool if there was like an openly browsable product listings experience. Is that something that you think could happen through the Purse Marketplace, where you could take the Amazon products and somehow push them into a publicly browsable marketplace? Because I think from a user experience perspective, the one thing I wish was easier about Purse was that you didn't have to sign up to see the prices on everything, right? What if you could, without signing up, you could just go there, search for what you're interested in, see all the listings, see all the prices, and just had those two windows, right? Because then you're offering people the bait before you have to sign up, right? You're offering them that price that's cheaper than Amazon. I think it would be a tremendous boost to Purse. Is that kind of the direction Amazon, or the direction the Purse Marketplace might go? Can you pull the Amazon items into that?
This is something we are planning to do probably within like the next few weeks for everything like Amazon or merchant or otherwise.
Okay, great. Yeah. And also, any integrations with OpenBazaar? I'm just mentioning this because OpenBazaar had their final release today, and it's now running on a live net, and so it's got a lot of attention. Do you think OpenBazaar is going to be a place where you're going to extend your Purse Marketplace?
It's hard to say. We don't have any. I've played around with OpenBazaar on testnet. It looks beautiful. We don't currently have any plans for any like integration, and it's also a little bit difficult to know exactly what to do with that. But we're definitely excited about OpenBazaar. So I actually just heard about the official launch from you now. So I'm pretty excited to use it myself.
Cool. And what about trends? Like, how fast is Purse seeing some adoption growing among Bitcoin shoppers, because I think purse is a good metric for measuring Bitcoin shopping activity, which is just one use of Bitcoin. I think it's kind of like a reserve asset in some sense. It's kind of like a remittance tool in another sense, but it's also used by shoppers. And so, year over year, do you have any idea of the growth that you're seeing, maybe comparing this February, which had over $1 million in volume, to last February?
Yeah, I think on average grow something like 20% month over month. I don't have the exact number off the top of my head, but it's somewhere in that area. So we've definitely been growing. I would say that especially since we launched Instant, the number of users have grown, like the number of active users have grown maybe like faster than the 20%.
Well, I'm excited to see some public listings on your marketplace up here. Right, if the Amazon products, the best-selling Amazon products can be listed publicly with their discounted prices, I think you're going to see tremendous growth from that, right? Because that's actually where you start to get indexed by the search engines, and that's when you start to appear next to when you go to Google Shopping and you type in a product and it shows the Amazon price and then it shows the purse price as cheaper, well, that's big business there.
Absolutely. It's a great suggestion that you made there. The reason we haven't done it yet is because we wanted to make sure everything like works really smoothly before doing that.
My experience so far, by the way, has been tremendously smooth. I haven't had any bad deals. I know I've heard, stories about people that had a bad experience with an order that didn't go right, but I've ordered hundreds of times through Purse and never had a bad experience and never even had to leave a bad rating as far as I know. I've had a couple people drop my order, right, but then it just went right back onto the order book and somebody else filled the order later. That happens quite a bit, especially if you're asking for 30% off, right? You might have somebody try to start filling that order and then realize that they don't want to do that. So within a few hours, your system will detect that they didn't actually order it because they didn't supply an order number, so it goes right back on the order book.
Right. It's definitely like an ongoing process of, like reducing kind of poor experiences like that. And I think we've done a pretty good job in that area.
Great. What about the demographics? Do you measure that? I know it's not something that you really track when people sign up, but you can probably track from IP addresses. Do you have an idea of where your user base is? Is it largely US?
Yeah, that's definitely largely US. We have users from India as well as Europe. And it varies between like groups, right? Like the shoppers and earners might be in different countries.
So speaking to your market in India, does Purse actually work with Amazon.in?
It does.
Oh, it does. Okay, so I actually have an employee who just purchased. He's in India. He just purchased the Nexus 5X through Amazon.in, and I told him about Purse, and I didn't actually realize that it worked over there. But he had, of course, had already purchased that, so I'll have to send him another message and let him know that he can use Purse.
Yeah, definitely. I think so I'm actually currently in China, and I've spoken with a few Bitcoin companies here, and some of them offered to help promote Purse in China, which I'm pretty excited about.
So does Purse work with all the global Amazon markets?
It works with most. It really depends on whether or not the particular Amazon domain has physical items. So some Amazon, like I think Australia, offers only Kindles and like Kindle books, which we don't support at the current time.
I'm just curious, what is the highest savings that you've seen through the Name Your Discount program? I know I saved up to 46% on a few orders. It's been a while back. I usually don't ask for that much because I usually like my orders to go through right away, and that sometimes takes a week or more. So,
Yeah, like it's crazy because I've never gotten like that high of a discount myself, and I've used it like for 2 years. But I think during the early days we've had some like 50% orders go through. Back when like the order book was a lot thinner, so people didn't really have that much options. But I think on average it's always been like steady around 20%. And I personally always recommend doing something like 15 or 19%, just to like beat out all the people listing it at 20%.
sounds good. Well, I'm excited to see your publicly browsable market develop. I'd be excited to see all of the Amazon products kind of make their way into that. So let's kind of close out by telling new Bitcoin users how they can get started in the simplest terms, because this is an episode for the new Bitcoin user, for the person who's interested in their first experience with Bitcoin and saving some money. you recommend Coinbase? Do you recommend, and what do they need to do? What do they need to have? How quickly can they make their first order?
So yeah, I think Coinbase is definitely the best option. We have a Coinbase integration, so they could actually OAuth into Purse with their Coinbase account, sort of like Facebook login. So as soon as I don't know how long it takes to get your first like X amount of Bitcoins from Coinbase currently, but however long that takes would be how long it takes to use Purse for the first time. The best way to get some like instant benefit is just to search using the search bar for some small item that you might want to buy and use Purse Instant. The product should arrive within like 2 days, and you'll have pleasurable experience of using Bitcoin for the first time.
Absolutely. So if anybody's listening to this and you haven't used Bitcoin, you haven't bought anything with Bitcoin, now's the time. Go to Coinbase.com, buy some Bitcoins. The purchase of Bitcoins is likely going to take longer than getting your item shipped, right? Because how slow it is to transfer money through bank accounts and stuff. But if you're in Europe, right, you can use your debit card with Coinbase, so it should be instant for you. And then head over to purse.io, buy something on Amazon, and give it a try. You'll be hooked like I am. Like, this is super cool. I've saved thousands of dollars through Purse just in the discounts that have accumulated over the last year and a half of using it. So highly recommend it. Thanks so much, Kent, for coming on the podcast.
Yep, thank you.
Yep, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Welcome to the blockchain.